That's why I like expos too.
Sure.
I'm not the only one there.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got a lot of different people that you're able to interact with. And
Yes.
so you can, and you can choose how long you're on the, you're at the booth or you're on the floor.
Right.
So, because like, unfortunately, as you said, this year, you weren't feeling that well. So you might have had shortened hours.
Yeah, I did. I was supposed to be at the booth every day, but I wasn't able to attend. After the first day, I was like, I cannot do that again.
Yeah. Now, do you sign a contract with the booth that you're at, or is it more just like is it a written agreement that you do?
It was kind of a contract. Yeah.
Okay.
They're like, and we had to put down a deposit.
Okay.
So sometimes we have to pay for the booth we're going to be at, just as like a good faith type deal.
Sure.
Because a lot of times if you don't, charge models to do certain things, they're just not going to show up. If you don't charge them and if you don't pay them,
sure,
they have no incentive,
Well, and I know some of the booths like will have like a certain amount of passes they can give for their company.
Right.
And I don't know if that means that they'll have a few models that might be like they'll just get the pass for, so that they at least get the free admission to the event.
Yes.
So that they don't have to buy like a pass.
Right. So for AVN, I had to buy into the booth.
Okay.
To show that I was serious about being there and that I was going to show up and promote it and all that stuff. At Exotica, I didn't have to pay or anything, but I did have to agree that I was going to be there for like 2 hours a day.
Sure.
Signing and stuff. And so after I signed the agreement, then he gave me my pass.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
So yeah, every company is different. Some of them will actually pay you to be there.
Okay.
So
like just a flat daily rate or an hourly rate?
Hourly, yeah.
Okay. And
or maybe it's a daily rate, but you have to be there a certain amount of hours.
Okay. Well, and are some booths like you're there to promote the company, or you're there more to promote yourself? Just under the umbrella of the company or the booth that you're at?
It depends. Yeah. So for Exotica, I was promoting myself. I just got in with that company.
Okay.
And then for AVN, I was promoting myself, but also, so the AVN booth was like Big Beautiful Women.
Sure.
So I was, helping to promote that brand at the same time as myself.
Okay. So, because like for instance, one of my goals it will be eventually to have the huge Boob Hound as a booth at a con, and then obviously have
that would be cool.
Yeah. Have some models that would be there and be wearing the
tank
tops and stuff like that.
Yes.
But then also hopefully conducting interviews on site at the event. Although it's a lot louder at those events, so I don't know if there's a way to do that without getting so much background noise.
Yeah, they have to be short, sweet interviews.
Yeah, quick little maybe 5-10 minute things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
carry a microphone.
Yeah, right. Which but also having like a good setup for that, like like nice chairs and everything, so that it can be comfortable because but anyway, so say if that were the case, like I had a booth and I wanted you to be there to represent the company, that would be something that I would contract with you as like a just hey, you want to so like how would that work if I wanted you to be at the booth?
So if you have a company booth like that, you could have different models coming in and we could like sell our own merchandise or promote ourselves as well, but wearing your tank top and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
You could do that. And different conventions have different rules. So like at Exotica, you can't, like if I was to have my own booth, I could not have another model with me selling her stuff too. It's only me.
I do. Okay.
So it depends on what booth you get.
Sure. Yeah. AVN had some weird rules this year.
Yes, they did.
Because they moved. And they were at a new venue.
Yes.
And I remember.
I mean, you can't even, everywhere you could wear pasties.
Sure.
And then have like a see-through shirt on, but you couldn't this year at AVN.
Yeah, I was so upset about that.
You couldn't even see the pasties. They're like, no, you can't show that.
I mean, I saw some people that were still kind of trying to get away with it, but there were so many security people around. It just felt,
they would send you home.
Yeah.
Or send you to change.
Yeah, right. Go to your room.
Yeah.
But.
Yes.
Which, because I've heard Exotica can be a little less strict. It's a little looser, a little more fun.
Yes, definitely.
But it's not as big.
No, although Chicago was huge. Not this year, but last year that I went.
Sure.
And Miami too. They had to add more rooms and everything.
Okay. Well, that's one thing that Vegas has in plenty are hotel rooms.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So which is why, you know, we have so many events, which is funny that I think it's funny that they moved AVN this year back to the beginning of the month of January, because for the last few years
was hard.
Well, because it had happened during the same time as CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. And I don't know if you know, but AVN started as a part of CES.
Oh, okay.
Like they used to be.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So when CES started, because CES started in like the 80s, or maybe even before that. And then so AVN was an offshoot. So and eventually I'd like to have maybe some models that were around in like the 90s and went to AVN to build, you know, extrapolate more on that, because I've heard stories that it used to be a lot more fun and a lot, you know, whatever.
I'm sure, yeah.
Because you know,
before the series rules kicked in.
Because I mean, when it was at Hard Rock, I never went to it when it was at Hard Rock. How was it when it was there?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
At Hard Rock, I remember walking around in just pasties and a see-through T-shirt.
That was a real crowd pleaser.
And then like bikini bottoms. Nice. Yep. And nobody said anything.
Yeah. Do you think it's because now it was at a bigger hotel and it's a Hilton property?
I think so, and the fact that it was more than just the one hotel.
Okay.
So Resort Worlds has like 3, I think.
Well,
right?
Yeah, but they're all Hilton brand. So you have Hilton, you have Conrad, and you have Crockford's, and they're all under the Hilton.
Yeah, and so
chain.
I think just because of that.
Yeah, which I was actually really surprised that they had it there. I always felt like it was too much of a
too risque.
Yeah, too risque of a. I mean, although we've had swingers conventions here and stripper conventions. I don't know if they still happen.
Right.
Yeah, ever since COVID, I don't know how many have come
Hard
and gone.
Tell, yeah.
Yeah. I know we used to have some BBW cons here.
Yes. That is no more the BBW convention or award show. There you go.
Yeah.